Good morning, everyone. This is Wanda.
Good morning.
Is Councilor Donald in the meeting?
City Clerk,
Yes.
Greg Harris in the meeting.
Hey, Greg Harris, how are you?
I'm fine this morning yourself.
Oh, great.
I don't see anybody, but at least I can hear. And I'll settle for that. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to mess anything up. I can hear and I can respond.
Okay, I'm waiting for Councilor Donald to get started before I can hit record.
Hello?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay. Very well. I'm going to go now I'm going to mute it anyway at this point, right? Do I need to mute it or do I need to keep it open?
You can mute.
Can anyone hear me? My video is acting up on my phone for some reason. It won't let me go to video.
Councilor Collier.
Councilman Collier, it was just spinning. So I just disconnected the video part. So I'm gonna try to hook it back up during the meeting, but I don't want to miss the roll call.
Okay.
Call you Greg Harris. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ron Gilbert and Daniel Mayfield. We've just joined the meeting.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're waiting for Councilor Donald. Councilor Crusoe?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, have you spoke with Councilor Donald this morning?
Yes, ma'am. She was on here just a second ago. I think somebody's in the office probably getting her complete the setup. When I logged on, I could see the visuals of her in her office. I don't know what happened between then and now.
Okay.
Council Donald says she needs someone to let her in.
Oh, she can't enter the meeting?
She says she's entering now.
Okay.
Okay, Councilor Donald say that she's able to see us, but she can't hear us. And I assume that neither can we hear her.
No, we can't hear her. I've been waiting to see if she's going to say, her mouth is moving, but I can't, we don't have any audio for her.
Good morning.
Stand by.
Ron,
Tessa is there. I'm getting her volume and her vocals
You're probably gonna have to do like I did. You're just gonna have to go to the don't worry about the audio part until to the meeting start, because I couldn't get in my audio either. It was just spinning.
Well, she has to conduct the meeting, so we'll.
Hey, this is Ron. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Marshall. Yes, Council Marshall, we can hear you.
Thank you.
Good
Good
She
morning.
said just stand by. What she's gonna do. She's gonna call in. You have to let her in on her phone. She will be in front of the camera, but her audio will be via cell phone.
Okay.
And that's the last 4 digits of the 8145, isn't it, President? Correct. Okay. Now look for the 8145.
Okay.
Okay, can you all hear me?
Yes, Councilor Donald. Good morning. We can hear you.
Thank you so much for your patience. You know, we always have growing pains when there's something new. I thank you all for bearing with me. Miss Taylor, we can go ahead and start now.
Yes, ma'am. Well, today is August the 18th, 2020. The time is 10 a.m. Councilor Donald, may I call roll?
Please.
Councilor Alexander?
Present.
Councilor Collier?
Present.
Councilor Marshall?
Present.
Councilor Matthews?
Present.
Councilor Thigpen?
Present.
Councilor Crusoe?
Present.
Councilor Donald?
Present.
You have 7 present, no absent. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Let us all bow our heads in a word of silent prayer. Please don't forget to include the city of Bessemer as well as the employees of the city of Bessemer in our prayer. Let us ask God to shield, cover, protect, lead, and guide us all. May we have a word of prayer, please. Amen. Item number 4, Ms. Taylor.
Approval of minutes from August 4th, 2020.
Council, are there any concerns and or questions concerning item 4? I need a motion and a second.
I motion that we approve the minutes for our city council meeting for August the 4th, 2020.
Second.
Has been properly moved and second that we approve these minutes for August the 4th, 2020. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander?
Aye.
Councilor Collier?
Aye.
Councilor Marshall?
Aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Sixpence,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you, ma'am. Item number 5, please.
Presentation, awards, announcements, and recognition.
Mayor Gully.
Good morning, Madam President,
Good morning,
entire
sir.
council, and all who were with us. I just got a couple of items I want to mention at this time. One, I want to obviously encourage everyone to continue to wear their mask and social distance and use proper hygiene. As you all know, COVID-19 is continuing to run rampant in Jefferson County, state of Alabama, and across this nation and country, nation and world. I am glad and stuff to hear for the last 2 weeks in the 35020 zip code that we've declined 2 weeks in a row. But we want to keep that. We want to keep the momentum going and keep declining over the just like we've done over the last couple of weeks. So let's continue to do those things that are necessary and continue to pray for all the residents and stuff of this city. I also want us to continue to pray for our school system, the school systems around this country. You know, our school system is preparing to go back to school on September the 3rd. And so we know that the faculty, staff, and especially the students is going to have some real challenges. All of us is experiencing something that we've never seen and so before. I know they're going to do the first 9 weeks virtually, but that's still challenging and stuff as well, because we know that a lot of parents have to work, particularly in our city. And it's going to be a challenge trying to make sure that all of our students get their educational needs and stuff fulfilled. So, you know, let us continue to work with and pray with our school system to make sure that we can do the things that are necessary to help them and stuff as well. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, sir. Mayor Gully. Ms. Taylor, item 6, please.
May 19, 2020, weed nuisance status report. This is a hearing.
Ms. Hall, are you on the line?
Good morning, I am.
Good morning. Council, you have your 2018 weed nuisance hearing.
Hey, Madam President, this is Shan.
Yes, sir.
We have a gentleman here on number 91.
You have, thank you, Ms. Taylor. You said number 91?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He's in the chambers with you?
Yes, ma'am. He's standing at the podium, ready to discuss.
Hello, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. You can go ahead.
Okay, my name is John Parsons. I live at 429 Owen Avenue,
Yes, sir.
and I would like to request an extension, 30-day extension, and so I can continue with the work myself.
30-day extension. Councilor Crusoe.
Madam President, Mr. Parson, I don't think, as far as with the 30-day extension, because I've received numerous complaints concerning that property there on Owen Avenue, as well as reached out to you on numerous occasions, even offered services as far as an assisting you to help clear that property at no cost. I don't feel comfortable as far as an extended for a month. Now I'm willing to go possibly 2 weeks for him, but not a month.
I have not gotten any notice of any offer of assistance for no charge. I haven't. The only thing I have gotten was the violation of the weed ordinance violation, but I have not received any offer, of assistance of that. I'm working on it on my own, and my lot is 200 feet by 50 feet, so it's quite large. And I'm not sure. I may be not getting the thing that is causing the violation, but I'm not 100% sure what part is the issue. I mean, my first thought was the backyard, which is the most apparent, but I just noticed the other day that I have some ivy growing on the corner of my house, which may be the issue, but I didn't think it was that big of an issue, but it may be. But
I received numerous phone calls from your neighbors, on the side, particularly where that ivy is. And I know that I'm trying to make sure that we're talking about the same property. Is that the white and green house on Owen Avenue across from the apartments?
yes, and may I ask which neighbor?
The side that where the poison ivy is.
It's not poison ivy, it's just ivy.
But the side where the ivy is, they've called on numerous occasions, speaking to the effect as far as and that's also on the side where the debris and the limbs from your property is over in their yard and over in their garage in their backyard. I'm trying to make sure we're still talking about the same property. Am I correct?
It is Owen Avenue, but my neighbor that's on the side where the ivy is, I have not talked to him, but occasionally, and we're on good terms. It's the neighbor at 427 that came over one time last year and screamed at me about the weeds and demanded weed killer, which I didn't have at the time. And that's the only time I have talked to him in 4 years, since 2016. So, I mean, is that the same neighbor that parks in my yard all the time?
Who parks in your yard, sir? This is what we'll do. I mean, just in all fairness to you, and I appreciate you taking time to come down to speak with us. Now, I mean, you said within a month that you can assure us that that this lot will be clean to the satisfaction of the ordinances here in the city of Bessemer.
I will do my best, yes, ma'am. I mean, like I said, I'm working on it by myself, and I haven't talked to that neighbor, so I don't know exactly what is the issue. So,
well, when I came down, the issue that I saw was as far as with your trees and the ivy growing out of your yard over onto the garage of the neighbor's yard. And to be honest with you, as far as in visiting there, if I had been your neighbor, it would be an issue for me as well. And I don't want to detach myself from being empathetic to the issues and concerns of the citizens here in the city of Bessemer, as far as them being infringed upon by a neighbor. Now, I am willing to work with you or grant you that 1 month extension, and hopefully that you'll have everything done to like I said, to the satisfaction of the ordinances here in the city of Bessemer.
Councilor Crusoe, may I make a suggestion, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you get with him after the meeting is over, and the person or persons that's asking to help him at no charge, get with them and let us see if we can get this done quickly and give him some help doing it. Because with this rain, I know for a fact that this grass is growing fast. And let us see if we can get those people to go out and help him. And we can go ahead and get that done. Does that sound like a plan, council?
Yes, President. And thanks
Thank
again,
you.
Mr. Parson.
Thank you so much.
I'll come by. You can be on the lookout for me in a silver, grayish looking car.
Okay. So it will be at my property, not here in the council.
No, I'll come to your property, and I mean, we will be practicing social distance. I may have to throw a rock and knock on your door. But seriously, I'll get through there. Can you tell me what is the best time that you'll be home?
Today, well, anytime this afternoon. Or
Okay, that'll be
when is
roughly around 3-ish, 4 o'clock for me.
Okay, that will be fine for me.
Thank you.
Madam President,
Thank you.
Madam President.
Yes, sir, Counselor.
Okay, I want to be clear now. So Councilor Crusoe, are you willing to grant the 30-day extension, but in the meantime, work with him to see if he can get it expedited?
That is correct.
Okay. Madam President, I make a motion on these items, those that are shown no action or incomplete, that they be cut, that we give a 30-day extension on item 91, and those cut by owner be abated.
Second.
It has been properly moved and second. Ms. Taylor, roll call, please.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Thigpen,
And I'm guessing that Attorney Payton would have told us if there was someone else there on these.
There's no one else present.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Item number 7, please.
Update on AMIC.
Attorney Harris, are you on the line? Attorney Harris.
Yes, I
Mr.
am. Can you? Yeah, Council President, can you hear me? I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Will you speak
Okay.
to item number 7, please?
Yes, to let you know, I have retrieved documents. I have in my possession now documents that were gathered by the city attorney and the mayor. And I have a copy has been left in the care and custody of the council secretary, and I am reviewing the documents. I began last night.
Thank you, sir. Are there any questions and or concerns? Thank you. Item number,
Madam President,
Councilor Alexander.
Attorney Harris, how long do you think it will take you to overlook these documents, as I will be overlooking them as well, and setting up a committee meeting?
Well, it's looks to be about 1,000 or so pages. I imagine it'll take me about 4 or 5 days to really go through all of them and digest what's there. It could take sooner, but just looking at them, I know it could take that long to do that many pages, just to be sure.
Okay. Can you make sure you communicate with me so we can set up a committee meeting? That way
Absolutely.
we'll be there.
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sure. No problem.
Councilor Collier.
I didn't hear the pages. She asked the question about the pages. I was gonna ask how many pages. I just didn't hear the number.
Attorney Harris,
Seems
how
to be-
many pages?
It seems to be in excess of 1,000.
Okay. Is that the whole packet for AMIC, or there's just some of the paperwork?
I'm just talking about those documents that have been given to me. They came from the city clerk's office, but I believe it was via the mayor and the city attorney. I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you. Item number 8, please.
Update on small sale.
Counselor Matthew, can you speak to that? Or better still, Attorney Payton. Attorney Payton, can you speak to that?
I have not heard from anyone since the committee meeting on that matter.
Madam President,
Yes, sir, Mayor Kelly.
I can speak to that.
Yes, sir.
I met with Attorney Blankenship on last Thursday, 12:30.
Yes, sir.
And I did as I did at the last meeting. I encouraged him to get with Council Attorney Harris and City Attorney Shan Payton and work to come up with whatever is needed to present and stuff to you all. It's a resolution challenging and stuff the bill in the legislature. I think that the attorneys need to get together and stuff and see what is necessary and stuff to do that. But he and I did meet last week on small sales.
Thank you, sir, for that update. Because
Madam Chair.
I think one moment, Councilor Matthews, the last meeting, I was under the impression that Attorney Blankenship was going to get with Payton and Harris and yourself and have paperwork or have an update for us at this meeting. Councilor Matthews, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was under that impression as well that Attorney Blankenship was going to get with the attorneys to have a meeting, and then we would come. They would in turn let us know the outcome of that meeting. I didn't know it was going to be a meeting with the mayor, and then suggested that they meet with the attorneys, because that was the suggestion at the committee meeting, that that Attorney Blankenship would meet with Attorney Harris and Payton. Now, that's my last knowledge of it, and I have 2 committee members that's on the line now. Isn't that what you all understood too, as well?
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir. I know that we were waiting for them to get with Attorney Blankenship.
Right. So if
That is
you know, and I'm hoping after this meeting here that they get with Attorney Payton and Attorney Attorney Harris. The attorneys could get together. Let me just say it like that, because that's the impression that I was under. So we'll see what happens next.
Well, Madam President.
Yes, sir.
Maybe that understanding and stuff was not and stuff clear and stuff to some. I know we went back and forth, but in some my office did not reach out and stuff to anyone. The office and Attorney Blankenship reached out and stuff to my office, and I chose and stuff to meet and stuff with him. So obviously and stuff, it was not clear as, and I know that we had a lot of discussion on that, but obviously somewhere and stuff it was not clear. I have no problem meeting with someone or not meeting and stuff with them. So I mean, I don't know what comment and stuff is trying and stuff to I guess be said, but he reached out to my office and I met with him, and I think I'm within my right to do that.
Oh yeah, I never said you wasn't in your right. I was just saying, and the other 2 committee members agree. Evidently, Attorney Blankenship I guess he misunderstood, but that was the sentiments of the committee. So I'm hoping that attorneys get together after this meeting here. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm done.
Madam President.
Yes, Attorney Harris.
Madam. Yes, I will get with I'll reach out to Attorney Blankenship and Attorney Payton to get a three-way meeting between us going on. I'll do that immediately following the meeting.
Thank you, sir. Item number 11, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, item 11, public hearing to rezone the property located at 1319 8th Avenue North from R3 Residential District to C3 Community Business District.
Attorney Payton and/or
Yes, ma'am. We have a gentleman to speak on number 11, and he also would be speaking on number 13 also. I think there are two pieces of property. One's at 1319 8th Avenue, one's at 1321 8th Avenue. I don't know if you want to conduct the hearings at one time or you want to do them separately.
let us conduct both of those hearings at one time so the citizen can get back to work. And thank you for coming. Go ahead, state your name and address, please.
Brendan Patrick, Gonzalez Strength and Associates, 1550 Woods of River Trace Drive, Hoover, Alabama.
Mr. Patrick.
Yes, ma'am.
1321, is that the old kids' property? The property of that yellow house that sits next to that yellow pharmacy? Is that the property we're speaking?
Yes, ma'am.
That's
that
what
is.
we're speaking of. Okay, so what we're saying is that they will be moving, or this will be turned into commercial property.
It'll be turned into commercial. We're looking to combine the three lots, the 730 14th Avenue or 14th Street and the 1319 and 1321 8th Avenue properties.
That's 1319 8th Avenue, 1320, 1321 8th Avenue.
Yes, ma'am. And the adjacent
And
property as well, that's already commercial, is the 730 14th Street.
is that the drugstore?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Council, you've heard. Are there any questions and or concerns?
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
oh, I'm sorry, I was on mute. I'm sorry. What would be the use for the three lots? Why, what would be the use? What are you putting there?
Commercial retail. Dollar
Commercial.
General.
Oh, you're gonna put a Dollar General there. Okay.
Is that going to be enough parking for that Dollar General?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any more questions and or concerns? Council,
I have a question. As far as with the Dollar Generals and Family Dollars, will this be in compliance? Do we not have any type of ordinances in place for the number of Dollar Trees and Family Dollars and Dollar Generals in the city?
are you speaking to me, Councilor Crusoe?
Whoever can answer the question.
To my knowledge, Councilor Crusoe, there is not.
Madam President.
Yes, sir. Councilor Collier.
I think it's a great idea. I've been having problems in that area. Along those two districts, I think it'll brighten up that area.
Thank you, Councilor Collier. Councilors, you've heard. We're going to combine item number 11 and item number 13, which all properties are adjacent to one another. I need a motion and I need a second, please.
Make the motion to approve this resolution.
Second.
Has been properly motioned and second. We don't have anyone to speak against. We just have Mr. Patrick to speak for. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, so we are doing roll call on item
Number 11 and item number 13.
Madam President, this is Shan.
Yes, sir.
11 and 13 are the public hearings. 12 and 14 are the ordinances. So you would actually be voting on the ordinance on 12 and 14.
12 and 14. I do apologize. Item number 12 and 14. 12 and 14, Ms. Taylor.
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
Councilor,
Hey,
okay,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
ma'am.
Hey,
One moment.
I'm sorry, Wanda. This would be an ordinance of a permanent nature, so you need to first get unanimous consent to consider it. Thank you, ma'am.
Council, we need a motion to consent.
I
Madam
move
Chair,
to consider the
Yes,
motion.
go ahead.
Thank you, Councilor Matthews. Madam President, I move to consider the motion.
Thank you, Councilor Thigpen. Are you second, Councilor Matthews?
Second.
Thank you, sir. It has been properly moved and second that we will consider these ordinances of a permanent nature. Item number 12 and item number 14. Ms. Taylor, roll call, please.
Councilor Alexander,
Aye.
Councilor Collier,
Aye.
Councilor Marshall,
Aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
There are 7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Attorney Payton, is anyone here for item number 15 and 16?
Madam President, we need to vote on the motion now, on the
Yes, ma'am.
resolution,
Yes.
on the ordinances. I move to adopt the ordinances.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Has been properly moved and second that we will vote on the resolutions. Ms. Taylor?
Councilor Alexander,
Aye.
Councilor Collier, Councilor Collier, Councilor Marshall,
Aye.
okay. Councilor
That was
Matthews.
called,
Oh, that was Collier, Councilor Collier said aye?
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am. Aye.
Okay, all right. Now, Councilor Marshall,
aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Now, Attorney Payton, is anyone over there with you? I only saw 3
Yes.
people. Is anyone here for 2032 Morgan Road?
Yes, ma'am. We do have a gentleman here to speak on that item. If he'll
Yes,
step
sir.
to the podium, identify yourself and your address.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. I'm Gary Smith, 3505 Bent River Road, and I'm here for the rezoning of that property on Morgan Road to commercial.
Mr. Smith, that property right there on Morgan Road. I'm thinking I'm looking at the right property. Tell me where the property is located, Mr. Smith.
It's across the street from where they're doing the large car lot. And it was a old house that you tore down a long time ago, and it's just been an abandoned lot this whole time. Planning on a personal office building there. I'm in a construction business.
I was looking in the right place. Thank you, sir. Counsel, you have Mr. Smith? You can speak now.
Big, oh, I'm here for the rezoning of the property to commercial. My law.
You're breaking up, Mr. Smith. You want the property rezoned for commercial use for,
Yes, ma'am, for myself, for my personal office building. I'm in the,
and the name of this building?
Southeast Contractors. My company.
Councilors, you've heard Mr. Smith. Attorney Payton, is there anyone over there against this?
No, ma'am, he's the only one in the room.
Thank you, sir. Councilors, you've heard Mr. Smith. Are there any concerns and questions?
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am.
I guess this is for Mr. Harmon or whoever. Is this contiguous to other commercial property?
The house next door is a rental house, and the other house next door is the owners in favor of the property being rezoned.
Okay.
And of course, the large car lot. They cleared
The,
over there.
it's not a car lot, it's a warehouse. It's an
Warehouse.
automobile repair shop. Very large, but yes. It's not a car lot. That's a different thing. There won't be a
40
lot
million.
of,
Wow.
there won't be traffic in and out, people coming in to buy and look.
Right.
So it's
Well, I'm all in
close to
favor
the
of it. I think it's
public.
great. I think it's great. I'm all in favor of it. No problem.
Yeah. Mr. Smith, will you have equipment there? Will you store equipment there?
I have a warehouse I'm going to do in the back. I think if you look at my plan, you can see I have a little warehouse. This is the office itself. I guess you can see that. And then behind it, way in the very back part of it, I was going to put a little warehouse. That's where I was going to store the equipment I have, so it won't be outside where you see it. And I plan on doing a very nice residential building out here because it's my personal office. I do on the building. I don't do commercial, so I'm planning on having a very nice looking building here in the front. And it's an over 2-acre lot, so it's a large lot.
Okay. Would you send that to us? I mean, we didn't get any kind of drawing. All we got was the rezoning. So.
Okay, it should be turned. This was turned in when I turned in my application, so you should have a copy, but I'll be glad to send one.
Okay. All right. I have no problem with it. If the neighbors are okay with it, I'm okay with it.
Thank you, Councilor Thigpen. Are there any more questions and or concerns? I need a motion to consider, please.
I move to consider the ordinance.
Need a second? It's been properly motioned and second. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander,
Aye.
Councilor Collier,
Aye.
Councilor Marshall,
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen,
Aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
Madam
Councilor-
President,
Yes, ma'am.
I move to approve the ordinance.
Thank you so much. You didn't give me a chance to say it, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms.
Second.
Taylor, thank you. Thank you, Councilor Marshall. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander,
Aye.
Councilor Collier,
Aye.
Councilor Marshall,
Aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you very much for your time. I think we'll be a welcome addition to the city.
Thank you, sir, for coming to Bessemer.
Thanks so much.
Item number 10, please.
Item 10 is August 18, 2020, witnesses report, set hearing date.
Ms. Hall.
Yes, ma'am. With the council's approval, that hearing date will be scheduled for October the 6th. October the 6th, 2020 at 10 a.m.
Is it October the 6th?
Yes, October 6th, the first Tuesday in October at 10
Thank
a.m.
you.
Madam President, I move to approve the date of October 6th, 2020 at 10 a.m.
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Taylor, roll call, please.
Counselor Alexander,
Aye.
Counselor Collier,
Aye.
Counselor Marshall,
Aye.
Counselor Matthews,
Aye.
Counselor Sixpence,
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe,
Aye.
Counselor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you so much. Item number 17, please.
Madam President, we didn't do item number 9.
We will do item number 9.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Item number 17, please.
Item 17 is a resolution authorizing payment to EEFS Company PC for May 2020 invoices.
Council, you see the resolution as well as the invoice. Are there any questions and or concerns?
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
I move the resolution.
Second.
Councilor Matthews,
Yes, I said second.
thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
It has been properly moved and second that we will accept this invoice and resolution from EEFS. Ms. Taylor, in the amount of,
well, we have several, but the, I'm just gonna call out the invoice numbers that he has here.
and the amounts, please.
Invoice number 27420 in the amount of $360. Invoice number 27420 in the amount. Wait a minute, I got all of these the same invoice. Let me start over. Invoice number 27420 in the amount of $360. Invoice number 27425 in the amount of $2,419.57. Invoice number 27431 in the amount of $1,980. Invoice number 27445 in the amount of $388.98. Invoice number 27447 in the amount of $5,125. Invoice number 27474 in the amount of $9,240.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Taylor. Council, you've heard the invoice numbers and amount. I need a resolution, please. I'm sorry. I need a motion, please.
We've done a
thought we
motion.
just
and
had a
second.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ms. Taylor?
Roll call.
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Alexander.
Aye.
Counselor Collier.
Aye.
Counselor Marshall.
Aye.
Counselor Matthews.
Aye.
Counselor Sixpence.
Aye.
Counselor Crusoe.
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 18, Ms. Taylor.
Resolution authorizing the mayor to execute grant agreement between the Federal Aviation Administration and Bessemer Airport Authority.
Council, I think I did send that to you all as well as we got a portion of it in our packet. Is Attorney Killings on the line? If not, Attorney Payton, would you like to speak to that, please?
Yes, ma'am. This is a grant that, I'm getting some feedback, 1 second. You can turn that one off now if you want to. This is a grant for, to update the airport layout plan. It's in the amount of $109,264, and this project is being paid 100% by the FAA. There's no money required from the Bessemer Airport Authority or the city of Bessemer.
Council, as you've heard, are there any questions and or concerns? You said 100%.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You did say 100% paid, Attorney Payton?
Yes, ma'am, 100% by the FAA.
Thank you. Council, I need a motion and a second, please.
Madam Chair, I move
Yes,
the
sir.
resolution.
Second.
Has been properly moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander.
Aye.
Councilor Collier. Councilor Marshall.
Aye.
Councilor Matthews.
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen.
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe.
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Item number 19.
Resolution authorized the mayor to execute second addendum to commercial sales agreement between the city and Scott Crawford Incorporated on the property located at 1800 to 1810 3rd Avenue North.
Attorney Payton, would you like to speak to that, please?
Yes, ma'am. I was contacted by an attorney by the name of Jeff Wagner with their law firm of Baker Donaldson. He's out of Jackson, Mississippi. He represents Hope Federal Credit Union, and Hope Federal Credit Union has agreed to loan Scott Crawford the funds, $178,000 loan to purchase the city hall. The building price is still $200,000, so Crawford would agree to pay the $22,000 down, and then the Hope Federal Credit Union would loan them $178,000. As a condition for this loan, Hope Federal Credit Union did, if Scott Crawford did not follow through with the construction of the facility, they did not want to have to foreclose on this building. They wanted the city of Bessemer to obligate itself to repurchase the building. We discussed it with the mayor. The mayor said that he would be willing to do that if the purchase price was $150,000. Hope Federal Credit Union and the purchaser, Scott Crawford, have agreed that if in the event that the city of Bessemer had to purchase the property back, that we wouldn't pay the $200,000 back, we would pay $150,000. And the limitation on this period would be December the 31st of 2022. I did not want to leave it open-ended so that it just could go on ad infinitum. So in the event that they do not commence construction within 2 years and Hope Federal Credit Union requests, then we would be obligated under this scenario to buy the property back for $150,000. Since the time that I sent this resolution and addendum out for you to consider, Hope Federal Credit Union sent me a similar document, which is called an agreement to repurchase property. And they requested that the city enter into this agreement with them and Scott Crawford, where we would be also additionally obligated to Hope Federal Credit Union to purchase it for the $150,000. They do have in there that the city would be responsible for paying closing costs. Closing costs are typically 3 to 5% of the sales price. So if you look at that, you would say it should be less than $7,500 if we were required to buy it back. So if you are inclined to do this, we have this resolution for the second addendum, but I'd need to add in there the agreement to authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement to repurchase property.
Council, as you've heard Attorney Payton, are there any questions and or concerns?
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am, Councilor Crusoe.
are we bound in any form of fashion as far as to Scott Crawford with the sale of the city hall? I mean, can it be placed back out for any other entity whereby we won't be left to have to buy back a property if somebody failed to do what they are deemed to do?
Madam President,
Yes, sir, Mayor Gully.
Councilor Crusoe, in your original agreement, I think you all agreed to purchase the building back at the full price because in the event that Scott Crawford and them did not fulfill their obligation, we didn't, we wanted to gain control back of the building, and we did not want a brick dilapidated structure in the middle of our downtown that someone else controlled. In my agreement for the $150,000 was to add an addendum to your agreement with them that says that if they take a property and hold it for 2 years, then they ought to have some kind of skin in the game for having held your property and so for 2 years, and that's why we counted the $150,000 instead of the full $200,000. But after the property is if their obligation is not fulfilled, if the property is then turned back over to the city for the $150,000, the city would be we would be free to do whatever they deem necessary with it.
Madam Chair, I mean, the last of my recollection, we were still awaiting it to be purchased. So as far as in an addendum being placed in it, I mean, I recall that discussion being made. I really wasn't clear on and like I said, we've been waiting for the longest for them to even purchase it. So you are correct concerning that addendum, and I was just trying to see, were there any other buyers or any other entities which were interested in purchasing the city hall, or did we ever put it out there for anyone beyond Scott Crawford Incorporation?
None that I know of. And as far as putting it on the market, I don't think that was never a discussion about putting it on the market, because I think that agreement and stuff came in, well, that request or proposal came to the city, I think immediately after we vacated the building.
Okay, I mean, that was now I kind of recall some of the conversation regarding this, because I remember the conversation coming up as to how would anyone, a citizen of the city of Bessemer, or anyone be able to identify properties owned by the city of Bessemer if they had I guess any desire to purchase of some of the properties that we own here in the city of Bessemer. Did we ever come up with any type answers to that, or have we identified whether we have such thing in place?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think anyone has compiled in a complete list. Now, Attorney Payton, you may have in your office a list properties that we pay taxes on. So that would probably give us a good idea of exactly what all the city and stuff owns. But I don't think that we would own that many properties and stuff of this nature.
But is it in a way the property that the city of Bessemer that we're paying taxes on, can that list be provided to the council, please?
Madam President, Ms. Crusoe, Councilor Crusoe, the city owns a huge amount of property, and I'm talking right-of-ways, substations, water mains. So if I provided you a list of everything that the city pays taxes on, I don't know how helpful, that would be. I mean, we might be able to provide you a list. I know every year we get the tax documents, or the finance director receives the tax notices from Jefferson County, because we pay a $15 stormwater fee on every piece of property that the city of Bessemer owns. So if we provided you that list, I don't think it would be that helpful, but we could certainly, Ellen, you think we could, we don't maintain a list like that.
No, I described to the tax collector's office.
Okay,
Councilor Crusoe,
Yes,
are we speaking of commercial and or residential properties, not the right-of-ways and the water mains, just the commercial and residential?
Commercial and residential property that is owned by the city of Bessemer.
Yeah, and Madam President, the problem is, I think that the tax collector lists everything as commercial. So it'd be very difficult to break it all down. It lists it as commercial, but anyone can go to the Jefferson County website, to the tax collector site, and type in City of Bessemer, and every piece of property that the City of Bessemer holds title to will come up on that site.
That includes the properties from the IDB board?
No, ma'am. The Industrial Development Board properties would be in the name of the Industrial Development Board of the City of Bessemer. So you could type in the name Industrial Development Board of the City of Bessemer, and anything that they own would come up also. But they would be different. The City of Bessemer, Alabama would have property title under one name. The Industrial Development Board of the City of Bessemer would have property title under their name.
Councilor Crusoe, did that answer your question?
Not really, but thank you.
Madam President.
Yes,
ma'am. Just to piggyback off what Councilor Crusoe said, Attorney Payton, is there any way for us to know, like she said, about the property that can be purchased? So some sort of like, Birmingham have a land bank. Can this body look into doing that? Do we have properties that we can do that for citizens in the city of Bessemer?
We are able, the City of Bessemer is capable of forming a land bank under the legislation creating the land bank. You have to have a certain number of tax delinquent properties in the city.
But do we have enough properties to do that? That's what I'm asking. I've read the legislative part, but do we have enough properties? Because I get asked all the time, and I'm pretty sure several other councilors do as well, about purchasing property in the city of Bessemer, like the land bank. So I'm trying to see, can we set something up as a council body, some type of committee, Madam President, to look into setting up some type of land bank? That's why I think she asked you for those documents to see.
Yes, ma'am, you could set up a land bank. Statutorily, I think you have to, if you've read the legislation, it's been a while since I've looked at it, but you would have to have more than 1,000 tax delinquent properties in a city. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't mean that the city of Bessemer, of course, the city of Bessemer doesn't own those tax delinquent properties, but a land bank, the way it functions is they're able to obtain the tax delinquent properties and then repurpose it in some way and obtain quiet title to the good fee simple title to the property, and then sell it through a land bank. So certainly the city of Bessemer could do that. Now, to do so, you would have to fund the land bank. And then the land bank would be an authority, and the city council would appoint members to that authority, and that's how that would work. I think Councilor Crusoe's question was, are there specific properties of the city of Bessemer that it owns that could be purchased? And there are, I don't think there are that many, but for instance, the one on Arlington Avenue that you looked at purchasing, that one would be one. And I would say there's 3 or 4 more like that. There may be more than 3 or 4 more, but not, it's not going to be 100 of them. I would say less than, my best judgment without looking at it would be less than 10. Now, I don't have a list of those, but I think we should be able to come up with a list to show you, you know, what we think anyway. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's exactly what I was asking for.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Item number 19, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, that's the item we're on, that we need a motion for.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move item 19, authorizing the mayor to execute a second addendum to the commercial sale agreement between the city and Scott Crawford, Inc.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander,
Aye.
Councilor Collier,
Aye.
Councilor Marshall,
Aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Madam President, this is Shan again, and that was on that second addendum, and I know you don't have that agreement to repurchase the property because I just got it myself, but it does have the same terms. I could read the document, or this is the document where Hope Federal Credit Union is asking the city of Bessemer to enter into an agreement between itself and Scott Crawford, where the city would agree to repurchase the property for the sum of $150,000, but it would be a separate agreement with Hope Federal Credit Union and Scott Crawford.
Councilors?
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am.
for the matter of record, can we go ahead and have that read?
That's correct.
I can do that. Let me put my glasses. All right. This
Madam
agreement.
President, may I ask a question before Shan reads that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I mean, we've agreed to it in the resolution that we just passed, correct? We've agreed to the 150,000. This is just a separate document with the bank for the
Yes,
same
that's
thing that we just did.
That's
Okay,
correct.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, ma'am. I
Thank
mean, given that it's not in our paperwork, I was asking him to read it for record.
Sure.
Yes, that's I was just making sure that I was on the right track here.
All right.
Thank you.
Agreement to repurchase property. This agreement to repurchase property is made by and between the city of Bessemer, Alabama, Hope Federal Credit Union, and Scott Crawford, Inc. as of the blank day of August 2020. The city as seller has heretofore entered into that certain commercial sales agreement dated as of April 11th, 2019, as amended the purchase contract with purchaser, pursuant to which purchaser has agreed to acquire the property located at 1800 3rd Avenue North of Bessemer, Alabama. I see a typo. They put Bessemer, Mississippi on the document. For $200,000 for the purpose of a mixed-use development, including 40 residential units. The development. B, Hope Federal Credit Union has agreed to make purchaser a loan in the amount of $178,000. The loan to provide a portion of the purchase price for the property, which loan will be secured by, among other things, a first mortgage lien on the property, the mortgage. C, the city, Hope, and the purchaser desire to set forth their understandings and agreements in the event purchaser fails to commence construction of the development within 24 months of the date of the acquisition, or thereafter fails to complete construction of the development within 18 months of commencement, but only if the mortgage remains a lien on the property. The completion milestone, and together with the commencement milestone, the milestones failure to comply with which will constitute an event of default under the loan. In recognition of the foregoing recitals and for other good and valuable consideration, the receipt and sufficiency of which are hereby acknowledged, the parties agree as follows. In addition to the option granted to the city and described in that certain addendum to commercial sales agreement between seller and purchaser dated April 12, 2019, and the obligation of the city to repurchase the property as provided in that certain August 21, 2020 addendum to commercial sale agreement, contract addendum number 2, in the event lender forecloses on the property under the mortgage or accepts a deed in lieu of foreclosure for the property, the city agrees within 60 days of receipt of a written request from lender to purchase the property from lender for the amount of $150,000, the repurchase price. Hope shall convey fee simple title to the city by special warranty deed. Number 2, purchaser shall be responsible for paying all closing costs incurred, and that purchaser would be the city, including but not limited to title insurance premium in the amount of the purchase price, recording fees, settlement services, and assessment letters in connection with any conveyance pursuant to this agreement. Nothing in this agreement shall affect any rights or obligations of the city or purchaser under the purchase contract, including contract addendum number 1 or contract addendum number 2. The city and purchaser each acknowledge executing this agreement as an inducement to Hope to make the loan to purchaser. There is, Councilor Crusoe, one additional number that would be in there that I talked to him at, it was 958. I told him that we would want this obligation to end on or before December the 31st, 2022. So it just didn't protrude on out into the future ad infinitum. That's the document.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Councilors, you've heard Attorney Payton. I need a motion and a second.
I thought we voted.
We had already done the motion.
We already voted on that.
He was just reading that for record.
I don't think your motion included, it's talked about the second addendum, not this
Right, it
agreement
did
to
not include
repurchase.
this.
So I
No, it
do
did
need a
not.
motion authorizing the mayor to execute this agreement
Yes,
to
we
repurchase.
need a motion
I
authorizing
move
the
that,
execute.
Madam Chair, I move
Yes, sir.
the reading into the record of the what's that? What's the name of that credit union?
Agreement to repurchase property. Yeah.
Repurchase property.
Need a second, please. It has been properly motioned and second that the council will indeed, if Scott Crawford does not purchase the property, that we have entered into an agreement with Hope Credit Union, Mississippi, that the council will repurchase the property back at $150,000. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander?
Aye.
Councilor Collier?
Aye.
Councilor Marshall?
Aye.
Councilor Matthews?
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen?
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe?
Aye.
Councilor Donald?
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. I don't know
Madam President, this is Shan. One last time, I don't think we
Yes.
ever identified it as a number. Can we call that 19A?
19A. Hope Credit Union.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Item number 20, Ms. Taylor.
Bessemer Marathon LLC, located at 906 9th Avenue North, request for retail beer type 050, off premises only. Retail table wine type 070, off premises only.
Councilor, you've heard item number 20. Are there any concerns and or questions?
Madam Chair, I move the resolution.
Need a second, please?
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander?
Aye.
Councilor Collier,
Aye.
Councilor Marshall,
Aye.
Councilor Matthews,
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen,
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe,
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
7 ayes, no nays, the motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 21, Ms. Taylor, do you have that resolution in your hand, please?
I do not have any of those resolutions.
Okay,
for
there is,
Attorney Harris.
yes, ma'am, there is a copy of Attorney Harris. Are you on the line? Attorney Harris.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, turning the volume back on. If you can hear me, I am on line.
Okay, you're back on now?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Oh, I can hear you. Will you speak to item 21 through 25, please? 21 through 26, please.
Well, I was able to submit your resolution and an invoice covering the month of December 2019 in appropriate resolution. I was able to push that back. I want to tell you that, and I made mention to you, I think, in the past, that I'm not certain whether it was a hack or somehow a malicious software got to my computer and also infected our email system. The documents that I've been trying to retrieve documents to go back and do those invoices, and so far I've only been able to get enough to do what I can for the December. I'm not certain if I'm going to I have a computer that I'm working on trying to retrieve documents from my hard drives or from what's been stored from cloud. So I'm not sure how if that's going to be, I'm going to be successful in getting it all back. So what I have presented to you is the invoice for December of 2019, but I have had a problem in putting back stuff from that point until approximately, I think it got better in July.
So what you're asking.
What I had proposed is as you guys know, you may know that because in every invoice are reflected, there is when we started this account, we agreed that there was a $2,500 a month retainer. And when I submit bills to you, I back that $2,500 a month, that $2,500 out of each retainer, and you owe the balance. One of the things I could propose is that I just bill you the retainer for those months that are missing only. I'm certain that the time before it does exceed the retainer, but that's one way maybe to resolve it.
Attorney Harris, Madam President.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell him to say that last part again? He's saying he's going to forego the bill and just do the retainer part until you find the information that's needed.
I would offer that.
Attorney Harris.
Yes, I would offer to do that.
Okay.
For yes.
So Attorney Harris, you're saying that we do have a resolution here. We received it yesterday afternoon. It is for the month of December 2019 at $5,457.50. But you will forego and ask for the retainer for the remaining 5 months. The retainer being $2,500 instead of the actual bill, because you cannot retrieve information from your system. Is this what you're saying, Attorney?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I have not hit the floor. That is, to this point, been able to actually retrieve those documents that would take me for February through June.
Okay. So, Madam President, when he comes in with them, you saying this is it for these past months, right? Or are you saying you're gonna find documentation and come back later and bill us for it?
Well, I could say this, is within the next couple of months, if I found documentation, I present it for your consideration. And if I didn't find it, because if I don't find it in the next couple of months, it won't be found. I doubt seriously that that's going to happen.
Counsel, you've heard Attorney Harris. December bill is $5,457.50. And with the 5 months retainer at $2,500, and if within 30 days, is that what you said, 30 days, or did you say 3 months?
I said within the next couple of months, about 60 days. If it doesn't happen in 60 days, it won't be happening. I doubt seriously. It won't.
60 days. If he should find the information or retrieve the information from his system, he'll come back and bill us for that information. And or if this body just wants to wait and give him the 60 days to retrieve the information without the retainer and just pay the December bill. Counsel, I need some discussion.
Madam President.
Yes, ma'am. Counselor Alexander.
Attorney Harris.
Yes, ma'am.
You said that the virus happened in December.
No, it happened before that. This started back in the fall of last year. We started noticing things were going missing.
So you didn't take
eventually,
the proper precautions to secure your internet or your files? Because
I'm sorry.
I said you didn't take the proper precautions to secure your files.
Well, we thought precautions were taken. I can't tell you that apparently that wasn't successful.
Because this is 6 months of invoices. Like it's really unacceptable.
Okay.
It's unacceptable. I mean, I don't care how you put it or whatever. This is unacceptable. I'm pretty sure you should have a backlog or a backup drive or something, being that you're in the profession that you're in. Like, this is unacceptable to the council, to the citizens. It's unacceptable.
Okay.
Counsel.
Madam President.
Yes, sir. Counselor Collier.
I do agree with Counselor Alexander on that statement she just made.
Any other counsel? Counsel, do you want to take the month of February, give him the 60 days to come up with the other 5 months, and or do the month of December and do the retainer at this time, counsel?
Madam President.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I'll be the council person.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
In my opinion, given that he's presented the invoices for December and he's willing to, I guess, accept the payment of a retainer for the remaining 5 months, it's very likely that, as far as him being able to retrieve these invoices, because he's mentioned it before as far as the virus or concerning his computer. I would suggest that we go forth and go ahead and settle these invoices and move forward. And if he comes back within these 60 days, presenting evidence of otherwise, then we'll go back and make the necessary adjustments. But I would suggest that we go forth as far as settling these invoices.
Counselor Collier.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, on the invoices that you're gonna send in later, Councilman Harris. Okay, I think it should just be considered by the council. I don't think we should be agreed to pay them. We should be just looking at them because they sent in so late.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Is that fair, council?
Yes,
He
sir.
did say in consideration.
Yeah, it did say
He did
consideration.
say
Okay.
consideration.
Now I'm speaking to Council Crufeld.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's what he mentioned as well, but I agree with you. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a invoice here for $5,457.50 with the retainer of $2,500 for the 5 months. That came up to $17,957.50. Is that correct, council? So are we saying that we're gonna pay him $17,957? That is for the invoice for December and $250 retainer for the,
That would be for I believe that's for January forward, Councilmember, I believe.
so instead of 5 months, that's going to be 7 months?
No, what I'm saying is I've submitted the one that we were able to retrieve for December. And we'd offer the retainer for January through June.
So that's 17,500 for the retainer. And if we add the 5,457.50. Okay. Council.
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am.
so the 5,000 was for, Attorney Harris, the 5,000 was for December?
That's correct.
Okay, and so the 2,500 is every month after that, up until May.
Through June. Through June.
You don't have June nor July on here.
That's just what's on there.
Yeah.
You don't
Man,
have June on here. You just have up until May.
Well, what I'm saying is we could do that through June. Okay, I'll offer to do that through June.
Matt,
Yes, sir, Councilor Carter.
yeah, you said we got it through May. I'm trying to pull it up.
I have December's in my hand. I have 12,500 times 2,500 times 5.
So just for 5 months, okay.
And he'll submit. Attorney Harris, will you submit to us next meeting? June and July?
Yes, ma'am, I would. Sure would.
So that's 1,250 plus 547. I'm sorry, 5,457. $50. Any more questions, counselors?
Okay, and this just is through the month of May, right?
That's through May.
Okay.
I got $17,957.50. Is that correct, Counsel Attorney Harris?
I agree with you, ma'am. I'm not looking at it, but I concur.
Counselors? Counselors, item number 21 of $5,457.50, we have a resolution. Item 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26, we will pay retainer of $2,500 for 5 months. And Attorney Harris' next meeting will get us June and July, and that should be caught up a total of $17,957.50. Council, do you agree on that?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Need a motion and a second, please. First, Attorney Payton, can we do all of these at one time? The 5 at one time?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I need a motion for council from item 21 to item 26, please.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move
Yes,
those
sir.
items 21 through 26.
Need a second?
Second.
It has been properly motioned and second that we will pay Attorney Harris, which is the city council's attorney, for the month of December, $5,457.50. And for January through May of 2021, a $2,500 retainer. And if he should get the paperwork in within 60 days for June and July, I need a roll call, Ms. Taylor.
Councilor Alexander.
Aye.
Councilor Collier.
Abstain.
Councilor Marshall.
Aye.
Councilor Matthews.
Aye.
Councilor Thigpen.
Aye.
Councilor Crusoe.
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
Councilor Donald.
Aye.
You have 6 ayes, no nays, 1 abstain. The motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Item number 27, please.
That is on condemned structures.
Council, as you know, we have condemned structures throughout the city that's being used as drug havens. I can speak for District 3. Are there any more councilors with condemned structures that's being used in that manner or in another manner? I need your questions and or your concerns, councilors.
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am.
I have several in District 2, 6th Avenue, 7th Avenue, multiple avenues and streets. I have turned in photos, sent emails, because these are havens for people to do drugs in, live in. We've had several people to burn up homes, abandon property, finding needles outside their homes. These structures need to come down. Do we have something in place, an ordinance in place for landlords with these blight properties? I know I've discussed this before, and me and Council Marshall went back and forth about this issue, but this is an issue that needs to be taken care of.
Councilor Alexander, I can tell you at this time, Attorney Harris and I, we're looking and we're researching on that issue. I know that you have spoke on it several times, and if I'm not mistaken, Councilor Matthews have spoken on it several times before. Mayor Gully, would you like to chime in on this conversation?
Madam President.
Yes, sir.
As you all have already are aware, that we put approximately $250,000 to $300,000 in the annual budget every year to tear down dilapidated structures. And we tear those structures down as quick as the law will allow us to do those. I'm sure that there are dilapidated and so houses in every single district in this city, but we still must follow state law when it comes to tearing down and stuff dilapidated houses. And that's what we do, and that's what we will continue and stuff to do until there's a new law that says that and stuff that we don't have to give due process in order and stuff to do that. Now we run into houses with liens on the property. We have to and stuff to do asbestos testing, and we have to go through the correct protocol and stuff in order and stuff to do that. All of the notifications that has to be done. And all of you know this. You know the process that it takes. You've asked me for that information, and I've given you that information. So I don't know how to go any faster tearing down dilapidated houses than what the law will allow me to do.
Any other council? Councilor Matthews?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wanted to speak to 2009 16th Street North, and these structures are in the pipe job, 1900 18th Way and 1904 18th Way. Now, these houses are not, and I repeat, not drug haven or anything where anybody's going in them, because if they go in them, they are subject to fall in. All these houses, one of them is 1900 18th Way is falling in from the right side. And yeah, I have pictures of them. And 1904 18th Way is falling in from both sides. And 2009 16th Street is falling in the center front. And I went to all three of these properties on yesterday just to get a good visual, because people that lives next door or in the same block is very concerned about these structures. So, and they've been abandoned for years, several years. So, and I'm aware of the law, what the law says about the due process, but at a minimum, I would like a status on what process what's the status of what's going on with them. Is there a lien on them? Is there 8 children owners or 16 children, or what the status is on them, how they, well, I would say how they stand, but they almost about to fall in. And I have pictures to and high weeds around them too, notwithstanding that. So it's just I would like a status on those 3 structures: 2009 16th Street, 1900 18th Way, and 1904 18th Way, to see where we are with this, and then I can let the concerned residents that live in the proximity know just where the city is on these 3 structures. Is that a possible?
Yes, sir, Mayor Kelly.
Council Matthews, if you recall, back in February, we gave some of you all a condemnation list at that particular time. And I will say, I've asked and stuff for courtesy before certain things of this nature is put on the agenda. If I'm given more time, that I can research that and stuff, and given and I can come back and give you and stuff a status of those at the next meeting, and a status of the condemnation list. I know that some has gone out to be torn down, but without the courtesy of knowing that before the day of the meeting, there's no way that I can gather that information.
That's fine. I just wanted to say that for the record, but I'm gonna give you these addresses and the photos as well this week, as early as before Friday. You'll have them, and then you can give me the status on them then, because I'm getting an abundance of phone calls concerned.
If they've already been turned in, that'll be fine. But if they've already been turned in, they should already be on that list. But if you'll get those to me, I'll see where they are. Thank you.
I'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
just to kind of piggyback concerning the condemned houses, and Mayor Gully did provide us with a list of the condemned structures throughout the city of Bessemer, you know, in all of our districts. Given that it is on the agenda and matter of discussion for today, Mayor Gully, is it in any way possible that you could give us just an updated list? I guess updated status on all of the properties on the list that you provided us?
Councilor Crusoe, yes, I can do that, but I can't do that in a day. And so when, you know, I've asked you all to give me the courtesy of putting, of giving me more time rather than putting something on a list for a status or update that I receive on a Friday evening. Monday morning, when I get that, there's not enough time to provide that information to you by Tuesday morning. So I've asked this of you, of this council body, given enough time, if there is a request for something, I'd be more than happy to try and fulfill your request, is given adequate time to do that.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yes, sir. I wasn't, I didn't place this on the agenda. But in the same token, given that the request is, you know, has been placed on the agenda and we're discussing it versus just, you know, I guess giving us an update on those 3 properties that have been provided with you today. If you didn't mind, while you're in the process, I mean, you can let me know what time frame that you need, so I wouldn't worry you concerning this issue again until that time. So about how much time do you think that you'll need it, just to give us an update on that list that you provided us a few months ago?
I will get with my building inspection personnel, and we'll try and to fulfill that request. I do know I can give you an update of some of the properties that we have right now that has already been bidded out and gone out and stuff to certain contractors to be destroyed. We'll go back and look at that. I have and stuff for a report and stuff for council at the next meeting. And we can move forward and stuff with that. But even if there's items that are not on that particular list, we'll continue to do that until we fulfill that obligation.
Yes, sir. So you are saying that you're going to give us an update as far as with on the list that you provided us with concerning the status of them. Is that what you're saying to us?
That is correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor Gully.
Thank you, council. Item number 9, please.
Item 28.
No, ma'am. Item number 9, please.
Item 9. That is on Brownfield.
Ms. Alexander?
Place that item on, I know District 2 did get awarded the Brownfield grant, and I know we did have some people to come and present. I've had constituents to stop me, call, and ask about what are we gonna do with that Brownsfield grant money? And they wanna be participating in the process. So I just wanna update of where we're at and what's the plans for that.
Madam President.
Yes, sir.
No particular area in sort of got Brownsfield and some money. A certain district may have been used in order to secure Brownsfield money. Once again, I do need adequate time to give an update. I'm prepared to give an update at the next meeting on September 1. You all will be the one to decide where you want and so the Brownsfield money and stuff to be allocated and so along and so within so the federal consultant when it comes and so to this to Brownsfield money for this Brownsfield money. But we are prepared and so to give an update on the status of where we are at the September 1 and sub meeting.
Madam Chair. Well, Mary Gully, someone, can you all give me the amount of that Brownsfields grant again? I don't have it right before me.
It was approximately $300,000.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 28, please.
Update on junkyard for 12th Avenue.
Councilor Alexander.
I put that on the agenda, about 2 council meetings ago. I asked Ms. Hall, about that junkyard and about it getting cut, as well as I got with Attorney Harris, to notify the owners. Do we have any updates?
Attorney Harris.
I don't have an update at the time, but I do appreciate that you gave me a number that I could reach someone with, and I will be using that number, Counselor, to follow through. I didn't have a contact, but you did leave me a way to contact him. I appreciate it.
Ms. Hall, are you on the line?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
I know the last time I asked, you said, with Mayor Gully's permission, you'll go take a look at it. Mayor Gully, was it okay for her to go by to look at it because the grass is high?
Councilor Alexander, I don't know if that falls under the purview and stuff of Ms. Hall. I have no problem and stuff with going out and looking at the condition of it. Ms. Hall, would that fall under your purview and stuff, or would that fall in some under street and sanitation under one of the Lawrence Hatter directives?
It will fall under Mr. Hatter's directive. However, the property is overgrown. So there
Right.
was a certified letter mailed to the property owner, but I have not actually heard from that owner as of today.
Okay. Okay, well, get with Director Lawrence Hatter and see what we need and stuff to do in order to move that process forward.
Yes, sir, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, Ms. Hall, and Councilor Alexander. Item number 29, please.
Item 29 is an update on tank wash.
Councilor Alexander.
I put that on as well. Attorney Harris, you know, as well as the council body knows, since I got in office, I've been fighting this tank wash across the street from my house with these strong chemicals, me as well as the community. Attorney Harris, can you give me an update on that?
Well, the update is that last we spoke about it, as I told you, I had been in touch again with the Birmingham Department of Health, who at one point indicated to me, I wasn't there with them, but said they came out and they looked at the property and talked to folks in the area and talked to folks at tank wash, et cetera. But there were no odors, because mainly the complaint was coming to them that we reported to the health department was because of the obnoxious odors coming from the plant. And I was advised that when it came out, they didn't detect any such odors, but they asked that when and if such odors do occur, to please call Birmingham Department of Health and notify them of that. And as you may recall, when we discussed it, I told you, you mentioned that a lot of times these things happen, and not during the day, but the odors tend to be more prevalent in nighttime hours. And I told you, whenever whenever those odors occur, you need to have the residents need to complain and complain feverishly to the health department regarding things.
Okay, for the record, Attorney Harris, I gave you an environmentalist number, is right? Didn't I give you an environmentalist number that does these kind of things, that partners with Jefferson County Health Department and ADEM?
Yeah, gas, is that gas?
Yes.
I conferred with Gas before and told them the same thing that I've gotten from, that we've been doing with the health department. Yeah.
And I also asked you for a contact number that we can call when we do smell those fumes. Did you get that contact
I will
number?
give you that again. I certainly will give you that again. Yes, ma'am, I will.
Is it a specific contact person? I'm not talking about a general number. I'm talking about a.
It is a number. It is a gentleman's name. I just don't have it in front of me at the moment. I can give it to you. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I will need you to email that to me. Thank you so much.
Certainly.
Thank you, Attorney Harris. Counselor Alexander. Item number 30, please.
Update on TVS contract, executive session.
Attorney Payton.
Yes, Madam President, I'm going to request that you go into executive session to discuss the TVA contract and a possible alternative to TVA. My name is Shan Payton. I'm an attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Alabama. And it's my opinion that you do have the authority to go into executive session to discuss this economic development matter, and the competitive situation that we are in as it relates to TVA and a possible other provider. I would say that we need 15 minutes on this topic, and we need to note that if anyone is recording this meeting, that including Ms. Taylor, that they will need to stop recording once the body goes into executive session.
Madam President.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One quick question.
Yes, sir.
How, and maybe Mr. Singleton, how can we be assured that this is just the council and the appropriate parties in here with others? I understand we had about 20 or so online. How can we be assured that this is restricted to just those who need to hear this?
Mr. Singleton, are you on the line?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Mr. Singleton, will you answer that question, please?
I would presume that this would be the last item on the agenda, and I would recommend that that we stop the YouTube live and then act or clear the room or clear the non-authorized individuals from the Zoom meeting, and therefore just leave the individuals that are required to go in executive session. And you could continue your meeting, and I would walk away as well, and you can continue your meeting for the next 15 minutes and then move to the last item, I guess the last item on the agenda, and that would be my recommendation.
So is there a way?
Madam President.
One moment, please. Mayor Gurley.
Mr. Singleton.
Yes, sir, Mayor.
So you have no way of doing, you can do that, but you still have no way of knowing whether an individual that's authorized to be on this call is arbitrarily running Facebook Live or anything of that nature. So I guess what we're asking is from an integrity standpoint here, we'll all sign off, because I just want to make it clear you have no way of knowing whether everybody is off the line if they're streaming it live from Facebook, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Madam President.
One moment, Councilor Crusoe.
Just a suggestion for the standpoint of here in the Zoom room. Can we go forth as far as in with item number 31 to go ahead and get that out of the way and then clear the Zoom room in order to go into executive session? Is that permissible?
Mr. Singleton,
Yes, ma'am,
Mr.
Council President. Yes,
do
ma'am.
you not, do you not have the capabilities to mute everyone except the speaker? Or do you not have the capabilities to disconnect everyone except the people that's supposed to be in this Zoom meeting?
Yes, ma'am. We have the capabilities to mute everyone or one individual and remove any and everyone from the meeting.
So can we not remove everyone from this meeting except the mayor and the council and the attorneys?
Yes, ma'am. We have that. I have that ability.
Let us, council.
Madam
Madam
President, can I say something?
One moment. Council Marshall.
I am still concerned, and Mr. Singleton, you got to help me get through this. What forbids anybody from adding on an outside caller? What prevents anyone from adding on outside callers who can still hear what's going on in executive session?
If he have everyone muted, if everyone is muted, it's just what to say, a mute point. If
I don't know that it is.
If you're Councilor Alexander.
So I guess everyone is referring to me and my page going live, but I know better than go live on an executive session. And if someone feels some type of way about me going live, is no resolution or no ordinance in place to say that I can't go live with a public meeting. I know not to go live in executive session. We have gone so long without the citizens' participation and knowing what's going on in the city. That's why I went live. But I wouldn't dare go live during executive session. So all the shade throwing, call my name.
Mr. Singleton, your suggestion would be being the host. Your suggestion would be? What is
I
your
think these
suggestion?
attorneys need to work this out, because executive session is just that. And if we cannot be assured 100% that individuals are not able to add on people or do whatever and bring people into the executive session who should not hear what's going on, then we need to figure out something else.
Counselors, I already know it, and I know that Zoom, with being the host, he can, as he just stated, he can remove any and everyone, and he has created a way that you cannot get into the section. I don't care who adds you on, you can't get in without him letting you in. But on this item, we won't continue to go round and around about this item. Item number 30, council, I will call a special meeting for just this, council, or do you want to come into the city hall and we have this executive meeting for 15 minutes? I'll give it to the council, not to be discussed round and around and around. We can, I can call a meeting within the next 24 hours to discuss this executive session with TVA, and or we can come into the city hall. Council, which of the two do you all want to do?
Well, may I ask a question, please?
Yes, sir, Councilor Matthews.
Which customarily I do remove myself, Attorney Harris and Attorney Payton. Well, I guess Attorney Payton, you have the information there. Will other providers be mentioned in this executive session, sir?
Maybe.
There'll be one other provider mentioned other than TVA.
Okay, well, okay, that answers my question. Thank you. Yeah.
Counselor.
That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Councilor Matthews.
if you had that, if you call that a special meeting and have it in person or however, then I will be excluded, okay?
Yes, sir. You would have to remove yourself. Yes, sir.
No, I wouldn't
Counselors?
I wouldn't even come.
Madam President,
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Vivian, I feel certain Mr. Singleton can get us all off the line so that we can have an executive meeting here instead of having to come in for 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
I
I
think
know that
he
get
can
us
look
off
at the
of-
list.
Yes, he has already told me and explained to me that he can get us off the line.
Yeah. And he'll take us off YouTube, I'm sure too.
Yes,
Miss-
ma'am. We'll be
Because
off
I've got
of
that pulled up,
everything.
so.
Yes, we'll be off of everything, and I'll let you
Madam
go ahead.
President.
Just for
Yes,
clarity,
yes.
Mr. Single is trying to get you.
One moment, Ms. Crusoe, Mr. Singleton.
Madam President, I do want to, if I may,
Yes, sir.
I do want to state that we can remove individuals, any and everyone from the meeting. We can remove from YouTube. However, can mute everyone. However, the volume is not within my control. So we can restrict individual to one individual speaking at one time. However, the audio is not within my control as the host. I will make that distinction that's the only thing I do not have is the audio going out to the individual councils. I do want to make that known and make that clear.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
President.
Yes, ma'am. One moment, Mr. Collier, Councilor Crusoe.
I'm trying to make sure that I'm clear. While we're still recording, can we go ahead and address item number 31?
Right.
Because that would have to be edited, once we stop recording, then we have to go back and read it. It'll be more work as far as with IT on coming back and including item number 31. Can we go ahead and address 31, then end the recording, and we can go forth and trying to figure out how we can handle the executive session?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Taylor, read item 31, please.
Council members' comments, statements, or motion.
Councilors, you've heard. District 1. District 1.
I keep sending mine in to the mayor's office.
District 2.
I emailed the mayor and Ms. Taylor some requests. Did you not get my request? Also, I have a list of stuff that I have questions and concerns about. I had 2 shootings in my district over the weekend. I don't know if you're aware, the rest of the council body is aware, but I know Mayor Gurley probably is aware of the shooting at the Shell gas station. Is there any way we can beef up patrol?
Madam President.
Yes, sir.
Councilor Alexander, I am aware of that. I'll get with Chief Roper. There are areas that we've had to beef up patrol. We'll take a look at that. We'll address it accordingly.
Okay, thank you. Also, my emails. Did you get my email, Ms. Taylor? My request.
Yes, I got your email, and I got your letter, and through email, and it was forwarded to the mayor's office.
Thank you.
Councilor Alexander, there are certain portions and stuff of your email, as we discussed and stuff before, your memos that federal law will not allow me and stuff to give you on one of your emails concerning CDBG loans and funds. On the other ones, I employ a city attorney. Any other clients that that's employed by Payton and Payton, that information will have to come and stuff from Peyton and Peyton.
Okay, so I'm not asking for personal information. So businesses is personal information, the name of businesses, personal information?
I cannot give you the name of a business that has a loan with the city of Bessemer and whether that business has defaulted on that loan. Due to federal guidelines, I cannot and so make that information privy to anybody. That is between that particular person that has a loan. I can't give you another person's loan information and whether that person has defaulted on that loan. Attorney Harris and Attorney Payton, you may want to speak in something whether that information is proprietary information.
This is Shan Payton. I provided the council with the Code of Federal Regulations that were in an email that was delivered to the city of Bessemer from the Department of HUD. So you should all have that, and that says exactly what you can and can't do.
Thank you.
It's Greg Harris, Mr. President. Ms. Payton, could you give me a citation on that that CFR, if you have it with you?
Greg, I will. I don't have it in front of me. I sent it to the council after last meeting. Ms. Council President Donald requested that I send that out, and I did forward that to the council for review. But I will pull that email back up with the city. There were 7 or 8 CFRs on it, and I will do that after this meeting.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I did receive, and I had it forwarded to the council by the council secretary on information that the mayor and the city attorney states that we can and cannot look at for CDBG. Some of it I do agree with it, some of it I don't. I have in turn received a letter from HUD myself. And it is, as I stated, some of it I can agree with and some of it I can't, because we can see some of the information. I pray that all information that is forwarded to us is kept with the council and that we're not using information for ill will, that we are doing what is best for this city. I have read the information I received from HUD on Thursday, and it does tell us as being seated, voted in council members as to what we can and what we cannot see. If you want, if I did not send it to you, I do apologize, but I thought I sent it to all of us that we could look at. If cannot, I will forward it to you of the information that you can and cannot have when it comes to HUD and the CDBG funding. Are you finished, Councilor Alexander?
Council.
I'm done, thank you.
District 3 will continue to forward. District 4.
I will continue to forward mine.
District 5. District 5. District 6.
I'll continue to send in.
Thank you, sir. District 6.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On August the 11th, I sent an email at 3:31 p.m. concerning 1315 22nd Avenue. And Ms. Bazell that lives at 1313 22nd Avenue, she has called me on numerous occasions concerning 1315. And I like to know the status on when that's going to be cut. No one has responded to the email that I sent. 1315 22nd Avenue North. And I did send pictures as well. Okay, moving right along. Can't get no answer on that. Let me say something concerning a matter that I read in the minutes, and that is, and I hope this be the last. This will be my last time addressing this. And if somebody want to address it, they can talk to me in person. And that's concerned on page 6 of the minutes, where it has response to Attorney Harris's letter, a letter that was sent to Attorney Harris by Attorney Payton. And I have some grit in my craw concerning that. And it, and if I don't say something, that means I give credence to it. And it has in here in short, General Counsel Scott Spiegel, Counsel Matthews, and you met, talking about Counsel Harris, Attorney Harris, you met with Amy and spoke with Spiegel without knowledge or sanction of the mayor or me in May of 2000. And I'd like to correct that. And I couldn't correct it for the minutes because that wasn't a minute. I guess it was a correction for the minutes. But that was Wednesday, June the 3rd, 2020 at 2:00 p.m. Now, I thought that was the end of that when we had a discussion about it at another meeting. Now, I personally don't have to get nobody's permission to go and meet with no one that agrees to meet with me. I called and they met and we met. I didn't like some of the things they said and they didn't like some of the things I said. Now, there's no law prohibiting me from meeting with another person that I know of. Now, if it is, that needs to be given to me, and I'll take that under consideration. But I'm a full-grown man, and I can go tomorrow at 2:00 and have that same meeting if I would like to. Now there is law saying that you have to live in Bessemer to be an elected official, right? I've been living in Bessemer all my days. Okay. I ain't just moved to Bessemer. I don't own no shack, on no house, no property nowhere. If I lived in Hoover and ran in Bessemer, I'd be disqualified. Okay. So don't come here with giving me no hair and scare about who I can and cannot meet with. I've met, and that's the end of that. So I mean, I don't know how much I can say that. I'm not self-righteous enough to say that I don't do anything wrong. I'm not perfect, but I went and met because I felt like meeting, because I wanted some answers, and I got some, and some I didn't. So I'm hoping this be the last of this. Now, if somebody want to file some charges, go ahead and file them, because I done nothing wrong. I called and asked the person, could I meet with them? And I met with them. And we talked. And it wasn't nobody throw nobody out or anything. It was just a nice conversation between Attorney Harris and two more individuals. So I don't see what the big deal is about telling me I got to have knowledge and it's got to be sanctioned. So I'm done with this now. It's my last. Now, if you want to talk to me one-on-one about it, that's fine. But if I have to come back in this forum again, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it that way too.
Are you scaring somebody?
No, I ain't scaring nobody. I hope I'm not. I'm just speaking. I'm just saying what I feel like saying.
And you just said what you felt
Councilors.
like saying. I answered your question. Because
Counselors,
you're the one who opened this can of worms up, telling me I went down without any
Point of
permission and
order.
all this.
Point of order.
I need a motion. I need a
Come here with
motion.
that. I live in Bessemer.
I need a motion. I need a motion.
Madam President, make the motion to dismiss.
Yeah, I know you'll make a
I
motion
need
now.
a second.
Yeah,
Second.
you got anything to say? You said to me too.
I need
Madam
a second.
President, what
Yes,
are we going to do about the executive session?
The executive session, I will call a meeting for the executive session, and I will let you all know when the meeting is. You all
Okay.
have a good day and be safe. Thank you.